Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you personal year 5 for 2020. Before I do, let's take a quick look at what 2020 has in store for us. It's a 4-year. How do I know that? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4. What does that mean in brief? Structure, stability, practicality, order. It's a slow step-by-step process. The 4 is about building, and all good builds start from the foundations up. It's also about limitations. Let's hope over the next 12 months you can turn any of your limitations into strengths. To understand more about 2020, do go check the video above and in the description below. Personal year 5. The birthday example I'm using here is 16th of March, another one of my kids' birthdays. What we do is reduce down the day, the month and the current year, then add them all together. 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. March is the third month, 3, and we already know that 2020 is a 4. 7 plus 3 plus 4 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. If you didn't quite get that, or you've got a more complicated birthday and want to understand deeper, do go and check how to calculate your personal year in the link above and description below. What does this mean for you, my personal year 5s? Last year you were in a personal year 4, so you are really going to already be aware of what the universe is bringing in this year. If you followed through working on your limitations and turning them into your strengths, you will find less challenges and more opportunities this year. What does this year's energy mean for you? Well, it's a year filled with new experiences. There's an excitement. You seek variety. You want change. You'd like choice. Freedom sounds nice. But you need to go through a whole bunch of unexpected, possibly chaos. Yes, it's a year of big change. Whether that's in small changes that by the end of the year amount to big changes, or whether it's just one total big change, we'll know by the end of this year. The 5 energy is in the center of the epicycle. The epicycle works from 1 to 9. So you've already got 4 years behind you, 4 years out in the future, and this is the current year. This is the now. This is why this is the experience year. You need to get in touch with your emotions, get in touch with your thoughts and really feel your way through this. It's a year to do a full 180-degree turn. It's a year of change. I once had a student that's on a life path 5 and said, Jo, my whole life is about change. I speak different languages. I'm changing all the time. I've lived in different countries. I've done different career paths and so on. How can I be different if my path is change? And my answer to her was, change. Do the opposite. If you're all out there on the go, then step back. Not knowing what your life path number is can hold you back. But no worries, because I do have a life path series. Go check the playlist in the link above. Marrying up your personal year with your life path number is great, but no worries. You don't need to do that in order to take full advantage of what I share here in this video. It's a year of change. Whatever you do, maybe look at doing the opposite. If you turn right all the time, turn left. A personal experience of mine, a number of years back, I'd been attending a gym for 5 years, done the same route constantly to the gym from my home. It was early, it was about 7:45. No, it wasn't even that. It was before 7 a.m. in the morning. And I was at the traffic lights waiting to turn right to head towards the gym. And I found myself on this sunny day wondering what happens if I turn left. So I decided when the lights went green to turn left. I was blown away. Falmer Ponds. I never knew this delightful location even existed. And to see it and visualize the picnics and the walks, to see the wildlife on the pond, it was such a serene feeling, especially at that time of day. There was also a farm shop there where I could go and buy local farm produce. So by turning left instead of right, it just opened up other concepts that I often get myself stuck in a groove. This is the year to get out of the groove and create a new one. Last year was about limitation. This year's about being limitless. Last year was about restriction. This year's about freedom. Last year was about commitment. And while this year's partially about commitment, it's also about freedom. And understanding that if you can create constructive freedom, you'll see opportunities instead of challenges. And there will be opportunities all around you. It's just knowing how to recognize them. And if you can be in the moment, if you are aligned to your big goal, then there's more chances that you'll be there seeing these as opportunities. Opportunities may fall on your lap, or you may go back and forth working out your direction. Be open to the new experiences. Experience them in the moment and evaluate them to see how to move forward. Align to your long-term goal. You know, we get so distracted chasing endless rabbits and we're not focused on the one thing. People say to me, I can't wait for my personal 5-year. I'm going off on an adventure and exploring. And great if you can afford a sabbatical. Great if you can have time out. Great if it's a gap year. But not for everybody. It's not. So what's the benefits if you can't escape and do those things? Let go of chasing too many rabbits and be focused on what it is you want. In the process, accidents will happen. But I want to say there's no such thing as an accidental happening. Are you aware that there are inventions out there that started by an accident? Penicillin, Post-it notes, Play-Doh, the microwave, super glue. These were all accidental happenings that when reflection took place, they moved on to something bigger. The trick is to know your destination. So an example I'm going to give here is, let's say you wish to spend New Year's Eve enjoying Hogmanay in Scotland. You now know your destination is Scotland. You know your time is the 31st of December. So that bit's there. That is what we call the constructive element. We have something leading us forward. But look, we're still free to flow. At the moment, we don't know how we're going to afford it. So do we need to get a job? Do we need to get a job that pays more money? Do we need to save money? Can we get extra income from another way? What about getting there? Do we own a car? Do we need to buy a car? Can we drive? Do we need to learn to drive? Are we going to get a train or a plane? Are we going alone with someone? What's going in the suitcase? Now, along the way, look at what you're growing and evolving with. It's all about the journey and not the destination, yet you need the destination to pull you forward. So do things differently this year. Do you know, I'm not a spring chicken, as you can see, how I like to think I am at times, but for endless years, and I do eat a lot of salad and a lot of cucumber, but I would be cutting my cucumber for my salad, so slice, 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 then I would pile them up on my chopping board, and then I would cut, twist, cut. In the process, this all falls down and I have to pile it back up, or then I've got lots to pick up and put in my bowl. I was at a friend's house and she was preparing salad and she had the cucumber in her hand and the knife. And while she was talking to me, she was cut, twist, cut. In the salad bowl, bang, cucumber chopped just perfectly in the salad bowl, way quicker. Since that particular day, whether I'm doing the laundry, cooking, something in my career, something in my well-being, I take time out to see if there is an alternative. Not everything's necessarily better, but if there's an alternative way. The reason I share this is perhaps some of your behaviours, your practices are outdated, archaic. Leave them behind. Technology's moved on. You've grown. You're no longer a child. You're an adult. You're no longer reliant on other people, hopefully. You have yourself to rely on. Learn to make better decisions. You know, making better decisions, being in the moment to be able to make these better decisions will be how you grab hold of the opportunities that serve you best. For years I've struggled with making decisions, and I've taught myself for a number of ways. But the other day when I was creating a video, an old memory came back up, and it was about this orange dress and brown trousers and how I had managed to coordinate the whole outfit that I was delighted with. I mean, at one stage I wanted to be a fashion designer. I probably didn't know it then, and it never happened as it happens. But I wore these clothes and my mum scolded me for creating more washing, being selfish, a whole bunch of things. Now, I'd made a decision to wear what I chose to wear, and I was reprimanded. Mum being mum and me being a small child of 8, somehow I must have programmed myself that I'm not good enough to make a decision, or I need to check in with somebody else because they know better. Wow. So what old practices and behaviours do you have running that it's time to let go of? It's time to change. It's time to upgrade the hardware and the software. This is a year of addiction. I call this the sex, drugs, rock and roll energy. This is a year where you are looking to either get away because you seek freedom or get away because you seek escapism. We become addicted to habits and behaviours when we're looking to escape, when we can't deal with it because we've suppressed our feelings. You know, get out of denial. Denial prevents all form of freedom because all form of freedom starts within. We're not chained up by those around us. We're chained up by our own beliefs, our own restriction and our own imprisonment. The 5 energy really wants to understand freedom. But I want to share that the spiritual aspect of your journey this year is really understanding freedom. When I made the forecast 2020 video, I shared 4 elements that we work on: the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Now, the 5 energy tends to be full on with physical, emotional, and mental. I trust that you follow this through and you find the spiritual aspect. And for you, it is freedom. Everything is a chain reaction. So what you do connects to the next and the next and the next. And what you do radiates out. What you do affects you and those around you. If you're getting addicted to something, you want to ask yourself what you're escaping from, what you're seeking in the addiction, and moderate and pull back. There's a film, It's a Wonderful Life. And at one point he turns around to Clarence and he says, "Oh, I wish I'd never been born." And Clarence shows him life as if he had never been born. And he couldn't understand why certain things hadn't happened. Because while he thought it was a waste of time, he didn't realise the influence and impact he had on those around him, his community, his town, and further. When chain reaction come to my mind, I went online to look up, because I had Diana Ross singing in my ears, and I was singing, you don't want to hear me singing, but I was singing the chain reaction song. When I looked up the chain reaction song, I realised that there are many songs about the chain reaction and how one thing leads to another. You only need to make one small change to create a difference. Over this year, you're going to be making a number of small or large changes to make a difference in order to reach that destination. You know, through doing all these experiences, mistakes and failures will happen. And I want to say, let that go. There's no such thing as a mistake. There's just lessons. When you get the lesson, It's never a mistake or a failure. Hence what I'm saying about those accidental inventions. What do you feel strongly about? You know, in my personal year 5, I almost let go of numerology. Everybody I was talking to was like, oh, just Joe, no, no, no. They gave me a whole bunch of reasons why I shouldn't be following this path. And I almost listened to them. But every time I went away to connect with what I strongly felt about, this kept coming back up. The gift and benefit of understanding your numerology, understanding what drives you, what you're passionate about, what you're good at, and how to work the energy. Just no way could I give up. And that's what I'm saying to you. Don't give up on what you're passionate about. Your freedom comes within. What you focus on expands. So bear this in mind. If you're focusing on this destiny, this big goal, everything that comes along is in alignment with it. Sometimes to stop you because you've lost your way, sometimes to push you forward at a quicker pace. This year you'll feel more sexually and physical. It is a year of the wandering eye. Now, if you're single, fabulous. Please note that it may be more of a lustful short-term relationship than a long-term relationship. If you're in a relationship and that eye is wandering, sort yourself out before you let it wander and cause you a lot of problems. You know, change prevents stagnation. So release the story, hone in on where you're going, what you're passionate about, and let's see what's in store for you month by month as we move forward. Now, I do create a monthly video, a forecast of the universe. You do well to watch that. Check the playlist in the link above, because you're still building off the universe's energy. That's the foundation that we work from every year. Now, after last year's committed, restrictive year, we're feeling more optimistic. We're feeling relaxed right now. Phew, that year's over. Can't wait to move forward. Spend some time connecting with family and friends. You may find that people seek you out for connection, consultation, counselling, mediation, whatever it is. If this is the case, take it as an honour that they believe that you understand something. But how you do your life is not how they do their life. Spend time listening and understanding, comprehending what they are saying, and do great coaching skills by getting them to find the solutions, by just asking the questions like, how does that make you feel? How could you move forward? What's a different option? And this is kind of what I'm asking you to do over this year. Now, somebody new could come into your life this year, probably this month. It could be somebody at work, a colleague, a boss. It could be a client that's been taken on, someone on your journey to work, or someone in your circle of friends. But whoever it is could possibly get your back up. Now, you need to work on tolerance and understanding. Get some self-respect going, and in the long term, you may receive respect back from this person. They are there, everybody's a mirror, and they are there to bring stuff up in you. So if it's coming up, go away and deal with it and be as calm as you can with this particular person and watch this relationship grow. Let's move on to February. Now, February is a 7 energy. It's a month of self-reflection, spiritual growth. A time to retreat, step back, find your own space, your own time. Look to improve your work prospects. Use this energy, this 7 energy, to study, but study small, maybe a workshop or a training. You're not focused for long-term study, but while we've got this 7 energy, whether it's watching some information online, picking up a book on a topic of how you can move forward, it may not even be at work, it may be just on relationship building. It may be on a place you want to visit, but use this time to explore. You've got this 5 energy, and if you're exploring, you're obviously looking to move forward, and it is a year of change. So you may well be over enthusiastic and in turn become less sensitive of others' needs. Be careful how you treat others. We don't know what energy they're in, and not everybody's moving at your pace. So if you've got a great idea, then take the opportunity in meetings to bring it up. Take the opportunity to share your views. Time to start being seen and heard. The 5 is the energy of promotion. Whether that be promoting yourself in a relationship, promoting your business, promoting yourself within a business that you work for. The whole year is working on yourself and how you show up, because this will impact your career chances. This is a month where I want to say, spend some time with your partner, work on your relationship. If the wandering eye is going to happen, you need to nip it in the bud, or you need to deal with the relationship. Get down, get open, get honest with your partner. At the same time, I want to ask you, are you avoiding any health issues? Do you need to go and get a checkup? The dentist, the optician, the doctor. If we keep avoiding things, they'll come up. And as we're in a 5 energy and it's fast and we're overexerting ourselves, just get yourself a health check. That's all I want to say, is look after yourself. Let's move on to March. Now, March is an 8 energy. Finances, career. Watch your finances, get your budgets in order, and do not use this time to overspend. Now, I've mentioned that the 5 energy has addictions. Maybe you're addicted to shopping. Maybe you're addicted to buying trainers. Maybe you're addicted to the sales. Whatever it is, this is not a time to overspend. So look after your finances. Chances are there may well be a large purchase that you want, like a car or a house, a new kitchen, piece of equipment, something like that. Do your research. Don't step out yet to buy it. The time isn't right for you. Work is demanding. You may have to do overtime, spend more time at work. Certainly effort is required. Again, promote your ideas. I don't know whether to say this every month, but every month there is an opportunity of promotion. Now, if this is your business and you're promoting your business, then maybe every month you're doing well with your sales. If it's your career, chances are you can't get promoted every month. If you miss the promotion here, don't worry, there's promotion coming up throughout. So just stay focused on the effort you put into it, the communication you have, that your staff or your colleagues comprehend the discussions, so that when the opportunity arises, you're there and you are ready. Now, the 8 energy is very much based on work and the doing, and relationships can often get forgotten. I'm going to say to you, work on your relationship, especially this year. Maybe I can't keep saying that all the time, but I just want to get that into you. Have deep understanding discussions. Know where each person's coming from. And if they pee you off, you need to deal with this. If you can't deal with it in the moment, go write it down on a piece of paper just to release it. Now, there's a great book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, John Gray. And in it is the love letter and response letter. This is an amazing combo of letters. Whether you do them just for you to release, or you do them and you send, or you do them and physically read them out to them, that's your choice. But just working out what it is that you need to get off your chest and having the response come back will help you move forward with your relationships. April's a 9 energy. Continue watching your finances, not the time to spend yet. Cancel any membership subscriptions. What are you spending your money on that's not necessary anymore? Take stock of the past. What relationships no longer serve you? What habits no longer serve you? While I mention this, we forget these things, so I'm just bringing it up again. 9 energies are all about letting go, forgiveness, completion. What do you need to complete before you go off on maybe a long holiday at some point? What do you need to finalize? Is there things you need to bring up to date? Now is the time to really do this. I want to say, save your receipts. You may buy something that you need to return. You may need to prove something at work, or you could be speaking to your accountant, tax advisor, and they suddenly say, oh, you can claim back for that. If you haven't got the receipt, you can't do that. There's endless apps out there that you can get that just photographs the receipts. Get rid of the paper receipt then, not in the recycle, because they're not recyclable because they're carbon in a normal rubbish. But get those apps, they're well worth having, and then you can just shoot the picture and be done with it. This is a time of self-promotion. How do you want to be viewed? All the time I'm bringing you back to this. We're going up, 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 or we're going out, 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 out. Whichever way we're going is self-promotion. Get involved, share your views, speak up. If you don't speak up, but make sure they know it's you sharing this. You want to have the credit where it's deserved. We go through a lot of releasing in the 9 energy, and it may feel that you're feeling a bit melancholy, drained. It's a detox. We have to let go of the old. We have to empty out our bucket so that we can put new things in. If it's overflowing with stuff, if we're dragging the past with us, we can't do it. And if we're going on an adventure, we need to be light. You know, if we're going on an aeroplane, we can only carry so much weight. So what weight don't you need? Leave it behind. Let's let it go. There could be a farewell in this month. It could be somebody at work that's leaving work, going to a new job, leaving, going abroad. It could be your children going away to university. It could be someone's taking a gap year. But somebody may leave your world permanently or not permanently, but it is a time of farewell. You know, all relationships, we cannot hold on to them. We have to let them go. And if they're longer than this now, they'll come back at some point. Let's move on to May and the 1 energy. You're feeling more energetic and decisive. Now, you make sure you've been resting. Make sure you've got a good sleep pattern and everything else, because I need you to be in the moment. I need you to witness the opportunities as they arrive so that you're not reactive, you're more proactive as they come along. It's a chance for your career to move forward, and I'm saying it's time to step outside your comfort zone. You may overspend this month. Now, 1 energy is about new things. So that new car or that new house could be the time. Make sure you do your research before you before you spend. Make sure you can spend, and before you spend, make sure you've done everything you need to do. Make sure the car's legal. Make sure there's no finance on the car outstanding. Make sure that the person selling it can sell it to you. With the house, get a good solicitor, get everything in order. While it's a time that you might invest in a big something, generally in a 5-year, it's not really a time for big purchases. It's more of a time of experience. But sometimes you just need to do those purchases. So now is the time you can consider doing it. Spend time on your relationship, 1 energy. So I said it's new things. It could be a new relationship, new career, new job, new promotion, new. If you're in a relationship, watch that eye. I think that's something I'm going to do it now. Just watch that wandering eye. If you are single and you meet someone new, live in the moment. Enjoy it for what it is. Often when we connect with someone in the 5 energy, it's seldom long term. And when I say long term, I mean the forever love. It's more, it can be years or it can just be months. So just the 5 energy is really the year of fun and experiences. Let me move on to June. June is a 2 energy. You're feeling more of the observer. Your senses are heightened. You might be a little bit emotional. The relationships come up again. Spend time in your relationship. Maybe have a nice intimate time away, whether it's a night, a weekend, a week. Maybe it's time to spend doing something new and interesting with your partner. You may be called on to mediate or counsel people. somehow the two energy always is attracting codependence. You know, this is a year you don't want codependence. And if you've got anybody with major challenges, send them to the people that can really help them. Don't take other people's stuff on. You're not in the right year to even consider it. And you may get pulled in with it. You know, the 5 energy wants to experience everything, but we don't have to experience everything in this lifetime. So changes have been happening over this year, small or large. Take some time out to realign. I mean, we should be realigning every day, but if you haven't, take time out to realign. You know, Concord used to have 2 computers, both as capable as the other, but even a smidgen off at the speed Concord would go would have it in a totally different destination on landing. So we have to realign. Concord had to realign and we have to realign. And I'm suggesting that you take some time out now to realign. Take time out and read for enhancing again, study, or your relationship, or just to have time out to relax, rest and repair. Trust your heart. Share your feelings. Hear your partner's feelings. Communicate and comprehend. I used to say just communicate, but you know what? We can keep talking and nobody's really listening. And I say listen, and you're probably listening and you can and repeat it back word for word. But comprehend what they're really asking and where they're at, and have them comprehend where you are. You may receive an invite or something to do with work that has you go on a trip. Now the trip could be not too far or across the world. I don't know. My suggestion is work it in. This trip may bring something, or will, everything brings something for you, but could bring something that could make a difference to your progress this year. Let's move on to July. July is a 3 energy. Money matters. Someone might call in their debts. So I already asked you to sort your bank accounts and your budgets and everything out. If you haven't paid the debt, get rid of the debt before you get into spending any more money. Your creativity is heightened, and also your solution solving, because creativity always brings this up. So perhaps you're coming up with great ideas. Share them. Look, this could be a chance to get a new job, to get promotion, to get new business, get new clients. Just get creative, speak up, speak out and share them. This creativity could also bring another form of income. Do you have a hobby that perhaps you could be earning something from it? Also, it could be that you have a skill that you do at work and you have free time on your hands. Get out and do that skill. Do something that allows you to attract more income, because this is a time when you can really do that. And this will help all the things that you want to do, the holidays you want to go on. It's a great month to go away, the 3 energy. Well, the whole year for you is probably a great month to go away, but the 3 energy is a great time to go away. Go somewhere where you get to express yourself. Do something different. If you've never windsurfed or water skied or rock climbed or gone on a cruise, go do something different in this particular holiday if this is the time you're going away. Promote yourself, get your CV up to date, just be ready for what's coming, because if you haven't had that promotion yet, it's there if you see the opportunities and you've got out of the challenges. Don't take yourself too seriously this month. You know, the 3 energy is about fun and social. Have a laugh. Laugh at yourself. Laugh with others about yourself. Really embrace this month. Let's move on to August and the 4 energy. Work, effort, not a time to slack. Oh, we're in alignment with that universe and that 4 energy that you had last year. We're feeling a little bit restricted, stagnant maybe. Are we procrastinating? Not a good option. I do have a video on procrastination. Check the link below. The repetitiveness, if it's there, the boringness is possibly telling you that this job isn't for you, or the way you're doing it isn't for you. Again, look at how you can change this. Look at how you can move forward into something new. You could well be being pushed to stand up for yourself. If there is a promotion in and everybody's getting it and you're not, then stand up for yourself. Stand solid. Put those roots down and be tall. Step forward. Do what feels the right thing. I mean, I'm saying all of this, get up and get out there and move forward. It may not be the right thing for you right now. I'm just saying that this year can bring that up for you and that you can move forward. I'm asking you to bring in some stability, look after your well-being again. If something doesn't feel right, check it out, relax, go to bed early, have walks in nature. You need to create a work-life balance. You need to create a fun work-rest balance. You know, work, rest and play. It should never be work, rest and play. I don't look at it that way. I look at it more as play, rest and work. What way do you look at it? Release any addictions that you have. Perhaps you've got something that you want to give up. You eat too much chocolate. You want to alter your diet. You want to stop smoking. Maybe cut back on drinking or stop drinking. Now is the time. Cut the cords. Let them go. Let's move on to September. Now, September's a 5 energy. September always brings a double whammy of your personal year. So 5 personal year, 5 personal month. Be flexible, be adaptable, expect the unexpected. You know, if you've been working on all this now, chances are that you're just in flow. And when something happens, you're not in reactive mode. You just can take the opportunity and move forward with it. There will be events that happen outside your control. You need to be resourceful and responsible in how you deal with them. What are you passionate about? I'll come back to this. People go, I go to work because I have to earn the money to pay the bills. Look, I get that. But wouldn't it be nicer to work in a job that you love? Of course it would. I love what I do. Never feels like work. It just feels like sheer pleasure all the time. Even when I'm challenged, it still feels like pleasure. When I'm challenged, I'm looking at it as how can I evolve and progress and expand. Go with the flow. When I say go with the flow, it doesn't mean put no effort in. You do need to put effort in to make things work. It's a month of networking, social, fun, friends. I don't know, if you don't go to the theatre, go to the theatre. Just do things that are different and entertaining. Make a segregation between work and play and rest. I've mentioned relationships. Whilst starting a relationship this year is rarely long term, if you look at the relationships, the lesson you get will long term help you. Some people say to me, I just seem to get the same type of partner over again. Or every 3, 6, 1 year, my relationship ends. You've got a pattern going on. We want to change the groove. So look at these relationships that you have right now and see what they are teaching you. Everyone out there is your teacher and you are a teacher to others. Let the mirrors reflect back so you can work on them and move forward. Watch your health, don't overindulge. Yeah, I've said go out and entertain. You might have a lot of rich food. Just watch what you eat. Look after yourself. Make sure your food is cooked properly, washed properly, so we don't get any dodgy tummies or anything. Let's move on to October. October always gives us a taster for the year to come. Next year, you're in a personal year 6. October's a 6 energy for you. What does this mean? Increased responsibility. The 6 is about responsibility. Now, it could be promotion at work or it could be promotion into a family. Now, if your relationship has been strong and great, this could be a time to propose. It could also be a time where you may find yourself having a baby. Now, if the relationship's strong or good, this is great. This is a time where your relationship can get deeper. If your relationship was not strong, long and good, long term, and a baby comes along, you've got a lot of decisions to make. and you need to have some in-depth talk. Maybe you need to go for mediation, counseling to discuss it. Be mindful of the decisions that you make. Be mindful of the commitments you make in this year, in this month. The 6 is about community. You may be called on to be there for others, maybe some counselling or mediation in tow. It could be with your partner. Maybe they found out some news at work or need some support somewhere along in their life. It could be a friend, could be something going on in the family. This is a month really for you to be there of service to others, but be mindful that you don't meddle in what it is that they have come to you for. Let them find the solutions. Just be the ear and the reflector to help them move forward. Let's move on to November and December. November and December are like a test drive, a trial run. The energy that we have here, we repeat again in January. So November, you've got a 7 energy. Mixed up emotions. You know, are you getting married? Are you getting promoted? Are you having a family? How do you fit in your community? How do you fit in at work? Did you get a new job? It's all coming up now. And so you've got these mixed up emotions. You're feeling up and you're feeling down. I need some me time. I need some alone time. Now, because these videos are general, it depends where you're at. The alone time may be just headspace, time to move forward. But if you're feeling lonely, it's time to get back out in that community. Connect with the community. Next year is all about your tribe, where you belong, how you fit in, being responsible. But responsibility starts with the self. So look after yourself. It's a time of internal reflection. What have you learnt this year? What did your adventures bring up? Where did you visit? Did that give you help with your career, help with your relationships? Realign yourself. Where are you going? Do you need to do some more studying? Plan for the future. Let what's happened to this point guide you forward now. In December, you have an 8 energy. It's about careers and finances. They could improve now. You're probably feeling more grounded, more committed to what it is that you're doing or working on. You may have more funds right now. I want to say don't spend to impress. We have Christmas coming. By the way, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We have Christmas coming. And of course, we're going to Scotland for Hogmanay, aren't we? If you're buying gifts, maybe having experienced things this year, you could give them experiences instead of material gifts, whether it be somewhere like a spa or a pamper, whether it be a ticket to a show, whether it be time out driving a car. I don't know, there's endless experiences. It may be that you put together something that's not expensive, but your service is involved next year, because remember, next year is all about service and responsibility. It's a good year or a good point to end this year looking forward, to have got everything that you needed to release and get out, to realign yourself. Did you find your limitations? Did you turn them into strengths? I hope so. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Press the like button. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, especially so that you can watch those monthly videos and anything else that I bring up that's of benefit. I've already mentioned the life path videos, but if you've got a partner, why not go and check their personal year video out? Have them watch yours. The playlist is in the link above. If you want to understand more about your life, if you want to really embrace this year, perhaps consider a reading, a consultation, or a mentorship with me. Your date of birth and your name was no mistake. It tells us all we need to know. It's the guidebook of you. To better use this year's energy on this year of change, why not change from living the life that others have told you to live and live the life you were born to live? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.